Everybody heard this before. Lazy Town, that's what it is. Hey.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to put up. You know what I'm saying?
This absolute giga chat of a man went from being a carpenter to an international champion athlete, and then he built a fitness empire through a super famous kids TV show. And he's still in incredible shape at age 60. Now, we all have different reasons for why we started training. Some wanted to get girls, others did it because it was fun, and some of you probably did it to get better at sports, and you ultimately fell in love with the iron, and now you use that to fuel your inner voices because they won't stop shouting unless you do. And let's be honest, a lot of us were inspired by the characters we grew up watching in cartoons, anime, and movies. You know, those larger-than-life personalities with biceps bigger than your future. People often talk about how Barbie created unrealistic body expectations, but have you seen the sort of stuff like I grew up with? Hulked out heroes and action figures like these made it look like you needed a 10-pack just to get out of bed.
This show is crazy. I dropped this joint after the first episode. I couldn't do it.
But one show that really stuck with me as a kid was Lazy Town. You know, that old kids TV show where most of the characters look like they're sculpted out of Play-Doh, and only 3 of them are actual humans. There's a little girl, the greatest meme lord of all time. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Have you ever heard the sound of a rubber ball breaking a window?
Would
you like to?
And this absolute giga chat of athleticism, Sporticus. A play on the word sport, which makes him sound insanely athletic, and Acus, which means giga chat. And he's played by a former gymnast, Magnus Örn Eyjolfsson Shaving. That is difficult to pronounce. But this guy wasn't just an actor, he was and still is the real deal. Now, Sporticus is supposed to be a superhero, but his superpower is just being insanely fit. I mean, this dude is out here doing backflips, breaking through steel bars, and whenever he needs an extra boost of power, he just eats a random fruit or vegetable. That's right, the secret sauce to his strength is a well-balanced diet. And because he's super extra, Sporticus lives in a freaking airship. He flies around the sky like he's the freaking giga chat of Earth, which he is, and he does push-ups at every given opportunity.
Don't make me get down.
Push-ups, yes! I know a lot of different kinds of push-ups.
What the?
But the real magic of Lazy Town isn't just the weird characters or the bizarre plot. No, it's the fact that Magnus Shaving, the guy who plays Sporticus, is also the creator, writer, and director of the show. He literally put himself on the highest pedestal possible because
I had no idea
exactly how much of a chat he was. But, all jokes aside, Magnus is genuinely one of the strongest, most agile, and healthy people you ever come across. And his backstory is even more fascinating than you'd expect. Now, Magnus grew up in a pretty average, small Icelandic town, and he started training to become an athletics teacher. But he later realized that carpentry and architecture were more in line with his interests. So one day, while working as a carpenter, he made a bet with his friend Fjölnir that would change both of their lives forever. And what was this challenge? To master a sport which both of them knew nothing about. Now, Fjölnir was challenged to master snooker, and Magnus had to start doing aerobic gymnastics, which is similar to the floor event in regular gymnastics, but with more dancing and personality-based scores than just doing a lot of flips.
That's why this thing gets so jiggy.
Both of these guys ended up becoming the national
this nigga mad loose in the
their
legs.
respective sports. But Magnus didn't stop there. He went above and beyond. He began competing internationally, becoming the Scandinavian champion in 1993, the European champion in 1994, and also in 1995. And he was even being voted for Iceland's Athlete of the Year in 94. But during this time, Magnus would realize that his true passion was just motivating others to be their best selves. So, he created a small TV show in Iceland from 1991 to 93, where parents could get advice on raising their kids how to be healthy and active. But Magnus realized he was thinking too small, and he wanted to spread this message of health and fitness to the entire world. So in 1995, he wrote a children's book called the foundation for what would later become the Lazy Town TV show. And he managed to do all of this while running a carpentry business and earning a degree in sports science while competing internationally.
One thing I like about the show is I don't think that they were on some weird time and that the intentions were good. It wasn't just straight entertainment. You feel me? Thus, the main character, the main little shorty, she probably wasn't being done dirty. That's usually how that go. You know what I'm saying? When the creators it's just straight entertainment, it creeps into their heart. You know what I'm saying? It start getting a little weird, and then the you feel me? the actors start getting done dirty, like weird stuff be going to it.
LazyTown began as a travel.
I don't get that vibe though.
Across Iceland, and it quickly.
Why does Nick got his tummy out like that?
Especially because the main character was so much of a chat, so much so that in 2003.
There's a whole lot of movement up there.
And they signed the contract with Magnus, bringing the show to a global audience, which was exactly the move he needed.
Shoot, don't make me pull out my stomach get the jiggling, nigga.
LazyTown was on air, and it quickly became an international success amongst young audiences.
I've been getting better shape,
hit for over 10 years. And Magnus had accomplished his mission, to inspire kids worldwide to become healthy and active in the most creative way possible. But here's the kicker.
Shoot, when I was watching, I wasn't getting active, nigga. I was just watching this nigga.
He wasn't some prime athlete in his mid-20s or even early 30s. He was already 40 years old, performing insane gymnastics and full-body moves that would put most athletes half his age to shame. And by the time the show ended in 2014, he was flipping, jumping, sprinting around like he was half his age. And even now, as he approaches 60, he is still able to replicate all of his former moves with ease. And even those super extra push-ups. And he's often given a lot of credit for the general level of physical fitness, health, and life expectancy in Iceland because of his drive to promote a healthy way of living and eating. And even back then, he promoted what a lot of nutrition experts talk about today in regards to food processing, calorie consumption, like avoiding fried foods because they add unnecessary fats, or eating whole foods because they aren't tampered with, and because they'll be more filling and richer in micronutrients.
I be eating fries, I ain't gonna lie. That's my crutch, yo.
The more they change their food for original look, the more unhealthy it gets. So you cook a fish, if you eat it raw, fantastic. If you cook it for, just get the steam off, you eat it, 8 points out of 10. If you just take it and cook it, like fried it on a pan, 6 points. If you really take it and you deep fry it.
This nigga just tell me eat the fish raw.
If it doesn't look like a fish when you eat it, it's not a fish.
And Magnus is oftentimes invited to sporting events and shows that talk about sports, health, and conferences and congresses for exercise and the medical benefits a great lifestyle has on chronic disease.
So like, no matter how long you get away from like the gymnastics, you just don't get away from
even nearing an age where most people,
you know what I'm saying, the tight trousers.
And the medical
you just gonna stay rocking the nut huggers your whole life. I can't do it, brother. You know. I mean, it makes sense because he be getting down, you know what I'm saying? I be having, you know, I be just chilling, so I got an extra breathable room. You know what I'm saying? If I, you know what I'm saying, start getting a little flexible in the legs, start getting a little loose in the legs, I tighten it up.
That a great lifestyle has on chronic disease and life quality. He's also a motivational speaker, so even nearing an age where most people would barely walk.
What if I told you I'm free balling right now?
Magnus is still preaching his message and doing everything he can to make a positive impact on people's health. And maybe, just maybe, he'll make a comeback to the TV screen in his 60s just to prove that his advice about training and nutrition
this nigga's crazy.
Is the true path to the fountain of youth.
Ha! Hey! Hold on, nigga.
One more time, last time.
Nigga, don't make me up. Boot me up, nigga. Hold on. Yeah, nigga. On that. No. Oh.
Go.
Oh.
Clap, run.
Yeah.
Jump. Superhero.
Like, each on that. On that. That's all I like to see,
next
boy.
time you guys think about LazyTown, remember that behind the goofy songs and the zany
I
characters
don't need this like no more.
was a man who truly embodied the spirit of a superhero, proving that age is just a number and that fitness is a lifelong journey. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this one, the best thing you can do is leave a like and a comment to support the channel. And if you guys want to join my coaching group for just $1 per day and get handmade
this what this nigga look like?
a cookbook with over 500 high-protein recipes, then head over to my website. And I'll see you all next time.
Peace, dude. 5 video. Nigga, I'm informed. And I'm active. That's lit.